I'm going over my everyday carry today, so not doing anything right this instant, so I thought I'd do a quick one. I'm going to start with the boring shit first, and then I'm going to get into the more interesting, cool shit. So first off, phones, recording this, iPhone 15, nothing fancy, outer box symmetry case, which is their like slimline case. All right, cool. Now that we got that out of the way, the keys be keying. All right, so I've got Palm OC spray on this guy. Only thing that's not a key on there. Not every situation calls for lead legally or morally. Next, my wallet. I'm not going to show you the front because there's important shit on the front of it, but this is just some random Amazon leather bifold wallet. I just like this one because it's got two ID pockets, one on the outside, one on the inside, so I can have my credentials for work safely stowed away in a way that is easy to present if needed. I have a handheld flashlight. I carry a handheld flashlight with me probably 85% of the time. Don't always have it on me during the day, all right, just because. But this is a Phoenix PD25, super pocketable, super palmable light that doesn't break the bank. I lose flashlights periodically, and I don't want to carry something super expensive and then lose something super expensive. But I also want a good, decent flashlight, so this was my solution. I've had this one for a minute, surprisingly enough. I like it a lot. 550 lumens on turbo with a rechargeable battery, 400 max on turbo with the CR123As, which is nice because it can run on, it's dual fuel, and the disposable that it can use is the same as my weapon light. All right, next. Pocket knife. I carry, most of the time I have a pocket knife. Some days you'll catch me lacking without one. This is a SOG Flash 2 today. Older knife, but, you know, kind of a nostalgic knife for me. It reminds me of my childhood. All right, because a couple friends had these knives, and I used to think they were the coolest thing ever because I had never seen a switchblade, you know, or, you know, a spring assist pocket knife before. So I still carry one sometimes just for the sake of nostalgia. It's also not a bad knife. Definitely not anything fancy. It's not made out of any fancy super steel. It's just AUS 8. But it holds an edge okay, cuts things open, which is what I need to, and more importantly, has a glass breaker on it. I like carrying things with a glass breaker. I spend a good chunk of my time driving around, and I would like to have a way to get out of my car if it became a problem. Live to Creed EDC Trauma Kit. Inside here, I've got a pack of Quick Clot Combat Gauze, chest seals, and some gloves. So, big proponent of if you're going to carry tools to make holes, carry tools to fix them as well. And then also have a Snake Size Systems ETQ wide. This just gets clipped into my front pocket like a pocket knife. All right. Great little tourniquets. They, you know, they're not CTCCC approved. So if that's an issue for you, look somewhere else. You know, stick with your basics like your soft T, your cats, etc., etc. But, you know, this is an American company. You know, there's some good stuff. I've personally gotten a couple of these and just abused them to see if I could break them. And I couldn't. And obviously I'm not an accredited source for this shit. But, you know, like I said, I couldn't break them. So carry one of these in their Snakeskin Pro in multicam black because goon shit. So, and finally, my gun that I carry with me. Is a Glock 48 MOS in a Tenacore Sega Lux 2. All right. So, gun side only holster. Before this, I was carrying a tier 1 with a sidecar. I have found that since I switched over these Palmetto State micro dagger mags, which are 15+1, before these I was running the shields. But since I've switched over to the 15-round flush fit mags, I am less likely to really want to carry a spare magazine, if I'm being completely honest. All right, just I don't see the need for it anymore. So that being said, I know someone somewhere is going to badger me for that and be like, you should have an extra mag for X, Y, and Z. I fully acknowledge that. And, you know, sometimes I still do carry an extra mag. All right, this one's an empty mag, dry fire mag, so it's dry firing. But I will sometimes carry just the mag side only from my tier 1 Axis, or I'll just back pocket carry a magazine if I'm, you know, feel the need to. But 9 times out of 10, this is what I'm rocking now. The gun itself, like I said, is a Glock 48 MOS. All right, go ahead and make the weapon clear. So, great little gun. It's basically a skinny Glock 19. You know, if a Glock 19 went on a fucking diet program, I guess you could say. I like it a lot. It's got the 4-inch barrel, so it's still got the barrel of like a compact. And, you know, you can actually reach out, and this gun's pretty effective at, you know, to like 50 yards or so without too much of an issue. Still not as easy to shoot as a Glock 19 or Glock 17 because it is a little bit smaller still, but for something that can conceal super easily, is super light, and just doesn't stand out or stick out of my waistband too much, I like it a lot. I do have the Streamlight TLR7 sub on the end of it here, all right? So about 500 lumen weapon light, pretty effective, you know. Like I said, pretty small package. I like it a lot. I've carried this gun for a little over a year. The light's a little bit of a newer addition, so I like it a lot. Holster itself, so far, I don't have too much time behind this holster right yet, but it's comfy. You know, I don't have an issue with it. The wedge is built into the gun, as you can see. or not the gun, the holster, excuse me, which is kind of an interesting concept. Up until now, I've just used like a cut up shoe insole as a wedge and just Velcroed it to the back of my holsters. So I'm curious to see, you know, if this long term, if I have any issues with this in comfort, because it's not obviously padded, it's a hard Kydex. It's not soft like a shoe insole. So camming bar is a little bit of a different design as well. So I'll see if that has any different concealment properties versus the one on the tier 1, which sticks out a lot farther and I think is a little bit more effective at cranking that grip in. But, you know, so far I like this holster a lot. I don't have too many complaints with it. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's my everyday carry. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If not, cool. I guess if you did, cool. Have a good one.